First and foremost, I want to appreciate media. We've just concluded the 24th ordinary session of IBEC, which has been chaired by the Deputy President. Because according to the law, pending bills form the first charge of any allocation in this financial year. But of course, we have the issue of audits of the same. Some of the pending bills, they have really been affected, especially because of late disbursement. You know, when there's a late disbursement, definitely we'll have pending bills. Some of the other causes relate to underperformance on the on-source revenue. Some of the counties, of course, didn't realize what had been budgeted, so it leads to pending bills. But overall, the resolution has been that pending bills should form the first charge of any expenditure in the ensuing financial year.
Question.
Thank you. Yeah.
With the Finance Bill 2024 of the national government having been withdrawn, our counties also keen to not bring Finance Bill 2024 with others counties. Is that an argument that you've made?
Today we didn't discuss about a finance bill for counties. This is really, as you're aware, counties are autonomous. The finance bill of Kakamega may not really be affected by the finance bill of Bungoma. And since counties are independent, we have not discussed that matter here. Or rather, it's dealt with in their respective counties. But as of now, we have a legal framework that will facilitate disbursement of funds to counties up to 50%.
In terms of numbers,
yeah.
That's what you receive. How much were you supposed to receive in the month of June, July, August? And at the same time, the pending bills, what are the figures? Like last time, I think they were 156 billion. How much are they as of now?
When you look at the amounts for July and June, or rather July and August, because the finance bill was rejected, so we may not really talk about the amounts. The only logical amount will be the amount related to the last financial year, which is an average of 30 billion Kenya shillings per year. So we are talking about around 60 billion Kenya shillings. For the pending bills, as at March this year, from the records we got from the control of budget, we are a total of 152 billion Kenya shillings in terms of pending bills for relating to county governments, 151 relating to the executive, and around 1.5 billion relating to the county assemblies. Yeah. Very well. His Excellency Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. I was standing in for the chair of COG in my capacity as the chair of Finance, Planning and Economic Affairs Committee of the Council of Governors. Now, there are quite a number of issues which were resolved, and one of them which relates to the issue of VAT that KRA is charging counties on source revenue. It was resolved that we need to have a meeting which will be convened by the CS, the National Treasury, so that we have further discussion, because it is not acceptable that KRA continuously levies the agency notice on counties which have not been able to raise money because of VAT being charged. We believe that is double taxation as the Council of Governors. The other matter that was contentious, although we agreed that we need to have a further conversation, is the reduction of our share of revenue pursuant of the rejection with the Finance Bill 2024, where counties in the proposed supplementary budgets we are losing 20.117 billion Kenya shillings from 400 billion to 380 billion. We haven't agreed on that matter. Our position is we need to go to mediation because we believe that Section 5 of the DORA Act states that in case of any shortfall in revenues allocated through DORA, then the shortfall is supposed to be borne by the national government. And in case of any excesses, again, the excesses of revenues accrue to the national government. Also, with regard to Article 219 of the Constitution, it states that pursuant of the DORA Act, Counties' revenues are not supposed to be reduced after the passage of the Division of Revenue Allocation Act. And for this matter, it was actually passed on the 25th of June this year. So that matter, we have resolved that we are going to have a mediation so that it is actually picked up. The other matter that we discussed was the issue of distribution and procurement of the subsidized fertilizer, which currently is being undertaken by the national government. This matter has been referred to the summit because our position is that agriculture being a devolved function, we need the procurement, distribution, and the last mile distribution of fertilizer being done by the counties. So the matter has ably been referred to the summit, which is chaired by the president. Those are some of the few issues we discussed. Of course, most of the cross-cutting matters on the bills, the Senate and the National Assembly has actually promised to fast-track all the bills which are relating to counties. Thank you.
And Governor, how bad is the situation?
I just want to be on record to confirm here that the money relating to the June disbursement of 30.8 billion Kenya shillings was finally disbursed, although most of the accounts haven't accessed because of various challenges relating to the approvals by the control of budget, which one of the resolution has been that we need to have a meeting with the control of budget, a committee that will address the issues of approval so that we automate that process. With regard to the disbursement of the allocated amount for this financial year, we are in arrears for the month of June, or rather July and August. And because of the lack of the CARA, that is the County Allocation of Revenue Act 2024, which has not yet been approved by Senate, the Act mandates the National Treasury under the Division of Revenue Allocation Act to release up to 50%. So we've discussed, and really we have a legal framework for the release of the money. The only issue which the National Treasury CS has emphasized is on the cash flow challenges, and we have agreed that in the month of September, the National Treasury will consider releasing disbursement for the month of July and the month of August. Situations in the counties is quite pathetic because most of the operations have really come to a halt. They've been affected, negatively because we are not able to pay suppliers. Other counties, of course, like Kakamega, we've just borrowed money from banks for 2 months to pay salaries. So that cash crunch is a reality, and is one of the issues which we canvassed. And there's a commitment from the CS National Treasury, plus one of the legal framework to release 50%. Thank you.
With counties borrowing money, how is the government going to deal with 500